What's up? What's up? So this video is going to be my thoughts and results for Elimination Chamber 2020. Um, Start things off, I thought the pay-per-view was honestly really good, and then the main event happened, and uh, I want to just not talk about that, but we're gonna talk about it. So we had a pre-show match: the Viking Raiders defeating Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder via pinfall. I liked it. It was a short little match, but it also showed that Ryder and Hawkins can still be a good tag team. But the Viking Raiders are just too good. The Viking Raiders are probably my second favorite tag team on Raw. First one probably Street Profits, to be honest, and then probably AOP. Um, I always liked AOP, even in NXT. Um, but yeah, I like that. That was a good little kickoff show. Get you pumped. Crowd was dead. Gonna be honest, this crowd Philly was not a good crowd today. Normally Philly is one of the best crowds. They chant nonstop. They always chant. They'll say this is BS, or they'll be they'll just be saying stuff. They were just kind of dead today, or yesterday. I should say yesterday. But um, either way, I thought it was a good little kickoff show. Then we start off the start, and it was honestly a very and I we said it in the last stream. Daniel Bryan versus Drew Gulak was going to be an amazing match, and it was. Daniel Bryan versus Drew Gulak was a perfect match. I love that from start to finish. I love how they made Gulak look very, very strong, even in defeat. That is something that they don't do that often unless they are going to push someone. I think they're going to push Drew Gulak. So I'm thinking, okay, they made Gulak look good, so that's good. And I am happy. I wanted Gulak to win. I wouldn't I would have been much more happy if Gulak would have won, but I can understand because they might not have anything planned for him. So they're just like, okay, let's just have these two face, and then um, let's see what happens with it. And they did not disappoint. I think the coolest thing was when Gulak suplexed Daniel, and his head, his neck, hit the mat really kind of hard, and I was like, and he was Daniel was acting injured, and he was selling good, and they did this weird spot where he suplexed him out of the ring, kind of. Then they both kind of fell awkwardly, and I was like, "Ow!" And it was very looked like a painful move, but um, it is what it is. Um, I thought that match was probably the best, one of the best matches on the card, and like we said in the last stream, it was, and it did not deliver. Um, but everything Brian did, Gulak had an answer. Like the story was Gulak knew a weakness to Daniel Bryan, and it didn't disappoint because he kind of did. He showed that Daniel has some weaknesses, and it was shown. And I like the little story they showed. I hope they can continue this feud, this rivalry. Hopefully Mania, and then Drew Gulak gets a big win at Mania over Daniel Bryan, or they just continue for a while and have Gulak eventually win. But either way, that was a match. Um, the Viking Raiders and Kurt Hawkins, I'd give a three out of five for it. It was good. The Gulak and Daniel Bryan, I give honestly, I'll give it a five. I give it a five, not like 5 star like CM Punk versus John Cena, just a 5 star, good quality match. Like, okay, it was good. I enjoyed it, and that's all it matters if you enjoyed the match, and that's what I did. I really enjoyed that match. Um, the next match was Andrade versus Humberto, and I completely got this whole wrong. I thought Andrade was going to lose this title to Humberto, and I think this is it. This is the last time these two are facing. This is the last time Humberto gets a shot. Andrade needs to move on to someone else because him facing Humberto nonstop is getting repetitive. I do like the matches. They put on good matches. They always put on good matches. Um, but this is the last time, in my opinion, because Humberto has lost every single time besides maybe one time, and it was a non-title match, I believe. So it's time to just move on from Humberto. Let Humberto stay on Raw, get him built up as a character, because not a lot of people are like obsessed with Humberto, and not a lot of people not not obsessed with him and don't like him. I've seen a lot of people that just don't like him because he doesn't have a personality, and I can see why, because he really doesn't. So I'd say let him have mic time if he can speak English. If he doesn't speak English, help him learn English and have him get there like Andrade, or give him like someone like Selena to help him with English promos, but give him like more of a personality instead of this happy-go-lucky Mexican guy. Like that's all he is. Like I'm happy, I'm go lucky, I'm gonna help, I'm gonna win and stuff like that. Andrade was obviously did good. They both did good. It was weird. They did a roll up and he grabbed the tight. Andrade grabbed the tight for the win. Um, I would have much preferred to have been clean, so this can be done. I feel like they're gonna have another match tonight on Raw, probably for the title. I feel like Humberto's gonna win it this time, and then it's gonna be done. But either way, I think this needs to end it. If they fight on Raw, cool. They don't, awesome. Um, I'd give this one a 4.5. Um, see, for my rating scale, a 5 is just perfect. A 4.5 is almost there. Like, I'm not like saying like, oh my gosh, it's like CM Punk, John Cena, or Kenny Omega versus Okada. I'm just saying, for me, it was a good match. If like a match, like if I were to review that Money in the Bank and see that CM Punk versus John Cena match again, I'd probably give it a 10 out of 5 or a 10 out of 10, and yada yada. But I enjoy what I see, and if you don't, then that's on you, or just I don't know. Like some people just have weird taste in wrestling nowadays. But I digress. I'm gonna get in that later. I don't really want to get into that right now. But Humberto and Andrade, good match. I liked it. Then we get to probably the best match on the card, in my opinion. He gave it a B. That's interesting. The SmackDown um, Tag Team Champions, The Miz and John Morrison, the Usos, the New Day, the Lucha House Party, Heavy Machinery, Dolph Ziggler, and Bobby Roode. And this match was crazy. I was loving every second of it. It felt like a good chamber match. It was a good chamber match. This was probably the best match on the card, in my opinion. I can't believe he only gave it a B. This dude must be stingy. But that match was just, it was all over the place. There was a couple botches. Like I remember one particular botch. I remember two actually. I think there was 3 or 4 botches. I remember 2 of them point blank. Kofi, the first one I remember was Kofi and the Usos went for a double super kick, but the Uso kind of fell, and Kofi kind of just grabbed his leg out of like, I don't know if Kofi just panicked or he was just like, oh crap, and kind of put him in an ankle lock and like just kind of slammed his leg. I was like, eh. The other one I thought was kind of really bad was the Grand Metalik one where he jumped off a top rope, and I think he completely missed an Uso, or he like grazed an Uso, and it was kind of bad. And I was just like, wow. He grazed someone, and then Kofi kind of botched on the top rope too. I didn't see it because I think I was like, I looked over for a split second to see what my dog was doing. And like next time heard was Kofi botching something. I think they showed in the replay. I was like, I think he like kind of jumped over him. He underestimated the jump or something. I can't remember. Um, so the New Day and the Usos started. and they were doing their whole rivalry thing back, and they were doing good. And then, they were doing good. I was enjoying the Usos and New Day. That's a feud I don't think I can get honestly get like depending on how much they do it. I don't think I'll ever get sick of it. Like if they do like a Hell in a Cell here and then a Chamber here and then they keep just renewing that rivalry, I'm never gonna get sick of it. But if they do it like every SmackDown, I'm like, okay, this is getting repetitive. Do something different, which they really don't, which I'm grateful for. But the Usos and um the Usos and New Day started, and then the Lucha House Boys came out. Grand Elite botched. Lince Dorado was just going everywhere. Those two are probably another one of my favorite tag teams just because of Grand Metalik and Lince. I find them both very underrated superstars. And I don't know what the frick happened when I think I missed like two SmackDowns, and all I know is this man's Metalik's hair went from like nothing to like my hair, and I was just like, what the frick happened to this man's hair? And he came out, and I love Grand Metalik's attire. He came out looking like Liger, to be honest. He had like the Liger pads and stuff like that. I loved his attire. And I honestly really love Lince's too. The whole Lucha House Party, I think, deserves to be like a very special mid Carter team. I feel like they could do like this little stable, like where Kalisto holds the Intercontinental Championship and the Lince and Grand Metalik hold the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And if they go back to Raw, there's another draft. They go back to Raw, flip it US, Raw tag teams, and then they can flip it back and forth. Like, let's say Kalisto loses the title, so Grand Metalik gives him a tag team title, and then he goes after the US or something like that. They just keep switching, like how New Day did. But I really like, and then like they were going everywhere, and like they were just doing what they did, and then Miz and Morrison came out and they were being heels. They were acting heelish. I don't know if they did this on purpose or their mics were just getting really just sensitive. But in the entrances, you could hear them talking sometimes. Like you heard Uso talk to a Morrison, and you heard Morrison talk to a dude all the way over there. And I liked it. I really did. I hope they do that more often. Like they put like mics near them, but I can see why people wouldn't like it. But I like it because like the XFL, they interview people. I think WWE just throwing a mic on someone and you could hear what they say, I think would be pretty cool. And then the biggest people came out. Heavy Machinery came out, started beating the crap out of everyone. Um, and then Lince did this incredible shooting star press off the top of the chamber. I think that was before Rude and Ziggler came out. Yeah, it was because then, yeah, it was before Rude and Ziggler came out. But so he did the most amazing shooting star press I've ever seen from a freaking chamber. I couldn't believe he did it. He freaking went. He actually hung up there and swung and then did a flip. I was like, I was in awe, and I was like, this man deserves a title just for that. Like, give that man a tower, put him on TV because I like him. A lot of people don't like Lucha House Party because they're gimmick, and I'm like, I like them. They're meant for the kids, but I still like them. Like they're if you put them out there and make them wrestle, they can wrestle. So that was cool. And then Dolph Ziggler came out and Dolph Ziggler and Roode came out and Heavy Machinery was beating them up, and the match was going on and on. Kofi got on top of the pod with Grand Metalik and all them, and they all like kind of jumped off of it on people. And I was like, okay, that's nice. I always like seeing the pod things. The funniest thing was when Otis didn't want to climb it, and Ziggler climbed up on top of the chamber, was his taunting him, and Tucker climbed up and was like, he tapped Ziggler's shoulder, and Ziggler turned around. He started beating the frick out of Ziggler, and he was like, "Hey Otis, you want him?" Otis was like, "Yeah." And he literally threw Ziggler off the pod, and Otis actually freaking caught him. I was like, wow, that man is just strong. And then Tucker, just being Tucker, does a cannonball off the freaking top of the thing, off of the pod onto everyone else. I'm just like, bruh, why did you do that? You're making me a big man want to do this stuff, and I can't do it. Like Hanson, he can do a freaking cartwheel. I'm like, I want to do a freaking cartwheel and impress everyone. Like I can't do it though. Maybe one day. But and then Otis was getting his hands on Ziggler a little bit, and then Rude got involved, but then Otis fought Rude off. It was gonna like just kill Ziggler by just shoving him through the chamber. And then Ziggler moved, and Otis went through the chamber, through the door of the chamber, so he's outside the freaking ring. And I was like, wow. I hope he's okay. And then Tucker got mad and started beating up both Rude and Ziggler. And before that, Heavy Machinery got the Lucha House Parties out because Grand Metalik, I think, jumped from off the top of the chamber, and Otis caught him, or Grand Metalik did a springboard, or Otis caught him. They did the compounder 1, 2, 3, and then Ziggler and Rude teamed up on Tucker and got Tucker out, which eliminated Heavy Machinery. And I thought they were honestly going to make Tucker turn on Otis, but I guess they're not going to do that. I hope not. SmackDown needs some more tag team, and Heavy Machinery is like the most over tag team right now. And then the Usos and New Day saw what happened, and then they started beating their crap out of Robert Roode and Ziggler, and then New Day hit a Trouble in Paradise, and then a big ending, and the Usos hit a splash. They got them out, and then the New Day. This was the weirdest elimination out of all of them. So Kofi was on the top rope just doing Kofi things, and he went for a cross body, and one of them missed. They ducked. I think it was Morrison or Miz. They ducked, and he just sat there, was just holding his ribs. I don't know if he literally got hurt or he was just selling, because then after that, Miz and Morrison pinned them both. Miz pinned him on the top, and Morrison kind of pinned his legs, which is strategizing, which I can see why he couldn't kick out of that. But it was just weird. He did a crossbody and got pinned off of that. I was just like, okay, that was just weird. And then the Usos and Morrison and Miz were having a very good back and forth little match. And then it ended by the Miz putting his legs on the ropes, doing this weird powerbomb thing, and Morrison cross-bodying them, and Morrison was pinning, and Miz used the rope, so it was a double pin, which I kind of liked. I didn't that was the most creativity thing I've ever seen. And the Uso couldn't kick out, and that was it. Miz and Morrison retained. I couldn't that was predictable because they just got it, but I don't the thing that bothers me that I've been seeing a lot from either. I'll get that towards the end. But overall, good match. I give it a 5 out of 5. I loved it, beginning to end, even with the botches, little botches here and there. Oh well. This was probably my favorite match. A lot of people didn't like it because they felt like it should have went now I wouldn't say longer, but they should have at least wrestled. It was Aleister Black versus AJ Styles in no disqualification match. And I was just I literally, after I was about to take a shower after that chamber match, and then I heard no disqualification. I sat my butt right back down. I started. I was like, I'm invested. I wanted to see Aleister Black and AJ Styles, and they did this weird thing with both of them. They target each other's legs, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, I can understand AJ targeting Aleister's leg because AJ has the calf crusher. Aleister was just targeting his leg because Aleister doesn't care. I was just like, Aleister, you don't even have a leg submission. You have that one dragon sleeper submission that he'll rarely use, and is probably he should use more often in my opinion, but he doesn't use that move that much. And it was kind of slow at first. AJ was kind of just beating him up. Aleister was fighting back. And then it kind of got picked up they were going, Aleister was throwing some jabs and throwing some punches, and they started getting into it, and I was like, okay, this is getting good. And then the pace kept getting faster and faster and faster, and then they did a table, like Alistair brought a table out, nothing happened. Alistair was getting beat up with a kendo stick, and then AJ put him in the calf crusher. I was like, do not make Alistair tap. I'm like, no. I don't care if he gets pinned, don't make this man tap. This man crawls to the kendo stick and presses it on AJ's mouth. I'm like, that is painful. I'm like, ow, that's painful. And you know, they start beating each other up, and like there's this weird thing that Alistair did with the kendo. Like he was just like he started just whooping AJ with that kendo. But then AJ like did like a rollout, and Alistair was like, AJ, and he ran out and got Pele kicked. And I was just like, why would you just scream at the man? And then like, you know, the OC really wasn't getting involved. They got involved a little bit. Like they didn't attack him, but they got on the apron. And then, you know, they kept going back and forth. And then Alistair did a Meteora on the AJ through the table. And like I give props to Alistair for selling that freaking leg injury, like that leg stuff, because I would have forgot, because that man's leg was getting hit through everything. Kendo sticks, calf crusher, chairs, just every type of thing. But he was selling it. He was making it believe like he was legitimate hurt, and that's the thing I like with people that can sell good. AJ was selling good. So after he put him through the table, I think before that, AJ put a chair in the corner. Alistair was fighting into that direction and like just Sparta kicked him into the freaking chair. I was like, ooh. And then they went back outside. He put him through the table. Everyone was popping because of the table. Everyone loves the tables. And it was a fun match. And then the OC kind of got involved because he's going to hit the Black Mass. He did like the one where he puts his foot under him. And then the OC got involved. He started fighting them off. And then like this, please, wrestling meme, anyone who does wrestling memes, make it a meme. All three of them were in the ring, and he was like, come on, fight me. And he stood there for a good 5 seconds and just looked at all three of them. He was like, oh, I'm dead. And they all just jumped him. I was just like, that, I don't care. This is supposed to be serious. But that was kind of funny. Because he just looked at all three of them. He was just like, oh, I don't know. Like, you know that one meme where it's like, at this moment, Kyle knew he fucked up. They need to make a meme where it's like, at this moment, Alistair knew he fucked up. And he just gets jumped. And then, you know, he's getting jumped. He gets hit with a magic killer. They're setting him up for the phenomenal forearm. And then you hear a dong, and it goes pitch black. I'm like, okay, Taker ain't going to be here. It's just going to be a dong. OC's going to be laid out. AJ's going to be looking around, Black Mask. Dong, lights come back up. Undertaker's in the freaking ring. I'm like, oh. He actually came. He did better than Brock and Goldberg. Props to Taker for showing up to a B+ pay-per-view while the big boy chant stayed at home doing nothing. Thank you, Taker, and hopefully that'll get to their heads, because you just showed up and probably made some quick money, and I don't blame you. Brock and Goldberg learned from that. So it went dong, and it came back, and Alistair wasn't there, but Taker had both Carl and Luke kind of like a choking thing. I don't know what. And he was laughing. I was like, when did you start using a freaking choker as a submission and get very happy while doing it? And so AJ went for a phenomenal forearm. Taker let go of both of them, caught him, and I hate to say this. I hope this is Taker's last Mania. He kind of struggled with that choke slam. Like he got him up, like you know how like when like you do a choke slam, I don't like big, like when Taker and Kane used to, they'd just pick you up with one hand and just boom. He picked him up with one hand and like basically kind of dragged him back down with the other. I was like, oh, Taker, that breaks my heart. I don't even get to see you in your prime, which sucks. I'm getting old, Taker. I'm getting old Taker, but Taker's still fantastic. He's still probably a gentleman. I love the dude. I love the meeting. I think he's probably Probably one of the coolest guys. I'm sorry, I just got a Pokemon and Pokemon Sword, and the dude literally named him Penis. Amazing. Um, but so he chokeslammed him, and AJ was out. Alistair gets up, kind of in the corner. He gets himself up, and AJ turns around. He gets hit with probably the most wicked. I can't even say the word wicked. Um, most like just devastating black mass I've seen. And Alistair won, pins him 1, 2, 3 over. I was like, oh my god! I marked out. I was like, I can't believe he won. I can't believe Alistair won. I don't even care. I don't even care that Taylor got involved. I don't care. I was just like, AJ's gonna win. But he won. Alistair won. I was happy. Um, I was very, 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 very happy. So the next match, I kind of didn't see. He gave the women's a B, bruh. No, okay. I don't agree with that, but I'm getting off topic. Eh, eh. I hate CBS WWE. Oh crap! Come on. The Street Profits I know is next. Um, come on. Yeah, Street Profits being Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. Oh yeah, the Black Alistair Black match, and they just was fine, 5 stars, fine, perfect, beautiful, perfect. Street Profits and Seth Rollins was a good match. I kind of missed part of it because I actually did go take a shower because it was kind of getting late. But I seen it. I was liking when I got the Viking Raiders came out, took out an AOP, and I guess um so apparently Kevin was in the crowd eating popcorn, and it distracted Rollins and gave the Street Profits the opportunity, and they pinned Murphy. Um, and Alistair, not what I keep saying, Alistair. Kevin came out, I guess, stunned Seth. So I like how they're building towards Seth and Kevin going at it. Um, and I do like the little Monday Night Messiah with Buddy Murphy and AOP. Hopefully, this is how AOP gets back to dominance and they win the tag team titles off the Street Profits to get major heat. And then Buddy wins the U.S. title, and then Steph's the only one like doesn't have a title. So he's like, okay, as you can see, there's one thing missing. I got to do it, and hopefully Drew has it. Him and Drew have like a little a feud. Drew comes out victorious. Seth, you know, does whatever he has to do. But I think Seth and Kevin at Mania is going to be fantastic. Um, I've personally I like the match was good. I liked it. I give it a 4.5. Like I'm not picky. If it keeps me entertained, if it's good, it gets a 4.5. If it doesn't, then it gets a 3 or lower. Um, then the next match. This match was freaking interesting because we called it in the last stream. Like we all were like we want Sammy, and like I was like I think Strowman just because it's like too soon. But this man Sammy was a snake, and I love it. I love this man as a heel now. Like I thought him as a face was good. Man, he just talk like him as a heel, just talking and just getting on your last nerves is fantastic. I'm starting to love it more and more. So Sami Zayn. So the match was good. I like how they honestly made Strowman look dumb because the three came in with a game plan. And I liked it. It wasn't just a normal like 3-on-1 handicap match where they just beat him up. They had a game plan and they executed it. And I was like, wow, I give props for them booking it like that. And they did. They had the game plan with it and they made it good. They had, Sammy starting things off against Strowman. And it was like, oh, no, tags in Cesaro or Nakamura, I can't remember which one. And then, those two were taking the offense from Strowman, but Strowman is just trying to get his hands on Sammy. He's trying to shut up Sammy, and he can't do it. Every time he tries, Cesaro or Nakamura gets in the way, and he can't do nothing about it. And then, towards the end of the match, Cesaro puts him through the throws him into the turnbuckle with his shoulder, and he does it twice, and Nakamura hits King Sasha, and then they tag in Sammy. They do a suplex Hululu kick, which I think is the most brilliant thing I've ever seen in my life. I love that. And Sammy pinned him, and Sammy won the IC title, and I was just like, wow. That was a curveball if I've ever seen one. Like, I was not expecting him to lose that title that fast, especially to Sammy. And I honestly like it because I would prefer Sammy doing a ladder match or like facing Strowman or doing something with a whole bunch of people than just Strowman versus Tyson Fury for the IC title. Like, no one wanted to see that, and I think that's why it changed. Because no one wanted it. And we were getting Sami Zayn hopefully in a ladder match for that belt. So I enjoyed that match. That match was honestly keeping me on the edge of the seat. I was like, oh, Strowman's going to win. And then something happens. Like, oh, maybe he won't win. And he didn't win. He got pinned by Sami Zayn. I was just like, wow. And I was like, oh my, I can't believe it. So let's talk about the main event. The Women's Elimination Chamber, Shayna Baszler defeated Natalya, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Asuka became the one championship. So freaking, I did not care for this match. This match was a 2. And before anyone gets offended saying I'm whatever because it's the women, I love women wrestling. I love Ruby Riott. I love Ruby Ripley. Rhea Ripley, Ruby Riott. I love, the women that not a lot of people talk about. Well, Ripley all of a sudden became a fan favorite, but Riott, I like Natalya, but her mic stills are cringy. I like most of the women. This match just was not executed perfectly at all. I like the storytelling, like Shayna, like is a cage fighter. Putting her in there is not going to be good for anyone, and it basically wasn't because she eliminated everyone. She eliminated Logan, Riott, Natalya, Morgan, and then Asuka at the end. I'm just sitting here like, why? Could no one else get a win or a pin or something? Like, this was the most predictable one on the card. Just because it was Shayna in there. And I'm just like, so they're making Shayna look like this unstoppable monster. Which I like Shayna. I'm not mad at Shayna. I'm mad at the execution. They could have made it so much better, and it did not live up to the men's chamber. And I know for a fact I'm going to get someone saying, even though I never get comments, eventually when I do get bigger, I will get comments saying you're sexist for not liking this match. I don't hate this match. I just like the match. I still enjoy the parts and bits of it, but just the fact that the execution wasn't there just ruined the match. And I'm for women main eventing the show, pay-per-view. The WrestleMania was fantastic with Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda. That match was fantastic. This was not good. It was just boring. And I hate to say it was just boring compared to the men's. Like, you didn't get that pop factor like with the guys. And that's why, and I agree with Stage Creator. I doubt he'll see this, but he's one of the best YouTubers I've seen that does wrestling figures. He said it perfectly. he said if the women cannot compete with the men, don't make the main event pay per views. So basically, if the men do something outrageous, the women should not main event. In my opinion, in his opinion, I totally agree with that because if the men's are doing flips and you're just like holy crap, and then the women have to follow that up in their chamber, and like you're just sitting there and you're just seeing these chicks barely do anything. You're just like, this is kind of disappointing. And it was the main event. It was like Hell in a Cell. Everyone hates Hell in a Cell, but I'm the only one who actually likes it until the end. I will agree with everyone until the end. The ending was stupid. The ending was dumb. Stoppage. It wasn't disqualification. I hate when people say disqualification. It was not a disqualification. It was a stoppage. It was the most stupidest thing I've seen. It wasn't a disqualification. I hate when people are saying disqualification. It was a stoppage because he thought he needed to stop the match because Fiend was seriously injured. Which he wasn't because he can take 800 curve stomps in a pedigree. Just saying. But this match was not executed perfectly. If this thing would have been executed better, I feel like this would be a better match. And it was just so predictable that it was just like, why? Like, oh, Baszler's gonna win. Baszler won and eliminated everyone. Like, Riot, in my opinion, would have been a better thing. I don't want Natalya. She's getting up there. Liv, she's doing her own thing right now. Liv and Riot are doing their own thing, which makes sense on why they wouldn't have either one of them win. Logan's too young. You know, Asuka just lost to Becky and faced her like 500 times, so it makes sense with Baszler because she did beat Becky at Survivor Series. No, I think she pinned. I think Charlotte or Bayley. Someone got pinned. Baszler can beat Becky. We all know this. And I think this is the reason why they're going to do it. Becky's towering has to end the Mania. And if it doesn't, it was all worth nothing. In my opinion, Shane needs to hold it for a while. I like Shane. I really like her character. She is a Brock Lesnar done character done right. I don't know why she's saying it. An MMA fighter done right. Because it's how it is. She shows up. She doesn't do any flips. She doesn't do anything. She uses her fist, and that's it. That's it. And I like it. I like her style. I'm a very, like, I love hard hitting. That's why I like Alistair. I don't understand how people can love Alistair just because he has a better character, but can hate Baszler because she does the exact same thing. And honestly, can talk on the mic. People that say she can't talk on the mic, I think it's kind of meh. Like, she can talk on the mic. She might not have the best voice, but she can talk on the mic. She's probably one of my favorite women's fighters, MMA, whatever. I would love to see her and Ronda honestly in that ring because her and Ronda tear it up. I'm honestly believe it. But Chamber, I thought was a good solid 8.9. Would have got a 9. It would have got a 9 out of 10, but it's an 8.9 out of 10 just because of the main event. I do give it props for what it did. It made Baszler look like a monster, but it kind of sacrificed everyone else. Either way, I enjoyed Elimination Chamber match. Favorite match: Alistair Black and AJ, then the men's, and Gulak and Bryan, Street Profits, Viking Raider. No, not Viking Raiders. Alistair and AJ, men's chamber. Drew Gulak and Daniel Bryan, Street Profits. Uh, card is so hard to remember sometimes. Oh, Andrade and Almas, Sammy and Sammy Cesaro, Nakamura, Strowman, Viking Raiders, and then the women's chamber match. So one thing I do want to talk about before I do get off, is the fact that I've been enjoying both shows lately. I enjoy I'm I've said it in multiple streams, but this is me confirming it from me, no one else around. It's just me. I am getting sick and tired of negativity for both WWE, AEW, New Japan really don't get any, but I'm just getting sick and tired of it. I want it to legitimately stop, but it never will because it's just how things are. Nothing. It's never going to stop, especially with WWE because it's just how WWE is. People are going to say it sucks. It's going to be trash when it's really not. And literally, I enjoy the YouTubers, the podcasters, the wrestling Instagram people that are honest, but don't on AEW and actually call it their crap too more than a lot of others do. And it's just something that I appreciate. Like I appreciate the ones who sit there and enjoy both WWE, New Japan, AEW, all of them. I really enjoy it. I love hearing their opinions. I love hearing what they have to say, and I just love it. And the people who just sit there and criticize WWE, but then won't criticize the other one, shame on you for just doing that. Because for one, you have to look at things equally. I did do the thing with I hated it for a while, but then I realized I'm a problem because I need to be more positive in the wrestling community. Because, like I said in multiple streams, the wrestling community is probably the most toxic community I've ever been in, and I will stand by that until it changes. You know, Pokemon is not that toxic. Yu-Gi-Oh is not that toxic. Freaking any other thing is not that toxic. You have one or there, but you don't have everyone butting heads over an opinion because they think it's a fact, and it's not. And I want people to realize, have their own opinions, and just judge off of it yourself. Don't listen to these podcasters like me who is trying to be positive, but don't take my opinion. Form your own. Don't listen to all these other people who are out there that just says WWE sucks or AEW sucks. Form an opinion on what you want, and if you like it, you like it, and if you don't, then you don't. And to the people who just sit there and say, well, I just don't like WWE, then don't watch it. You have AEW, you have TNA, you have New Japan. Watch one of those shows. Watch something different. Don't put all your negative thing in one thing. If you don't like it, then don't watch it. Point blank. And another thing that's been getting on my nerves, I've been hearing people saying WWE is too predictable. So what if it's too predictable? What does it matter? It's a predetermined sport. AEW can be predictable. I don't hear people complain about that. Anything can be predictable. Just enjoy what you enjoy. If you're gonna sit there and just say this sucked, this sucked, this sucked, like I nitpick on it too. That's because I enjoy what I see in it too. I enjoy much more than the negatives. It's just I want things to change, but I don't think it ever will because I'm just one person, and I'm just there. Like I'm just here to try to get people to realize, like, look, WWE is not as bad as everyone says it is. Just because like 500 people say it sucks, doesn't mean it does. I went to the NXT thing here in Columbus and had a blast. I was surrounded by wrestling fans, and they were all cool, every one of them. I'm going to SmackDown in April, SmackDown after Mania. I'm gonna have fun. You get lost. People have to learn to turn your brain off and just watch it and get lost in it. Too many people sit there with their brains open thinking, okay, this is why it's here. This is why this guy can't beat this guy because of this, that guy. You have to learn to just turn your brain off and say, you know what? 3 hours, I'm going to watch it and I'm going to enjoy it. Or you can sit there, turn your brain off and say, no negative thoughts. Let's see how it goes. And like, if you like it, you like it. And if you don't, you don't. I'm not saying you can't dislike what Raw or SmackDown or NXT or AEW and New Japan puts on. You have every right to. I'm just saying, don't focus on so much the negativity. focus on the positivity. Like everyone's saying Ricochet getting buried. I don't think he's getting buried. He lost to Lesnar, and he just lost to Moss, Richard Moss. Everyone's like, who the frick is Moss? It's gonna be a dude who's gonna be built up as a star. That's the thing. This is why I hate wrestling fans. I'm sorry, but this is gonna be me like renting for a couple minutes. Wrestling fans are the most boneheaded people I've ever seen in my life. They say this dude needs to be pushed, and once when he gets pushed, they don't like him. Or this dude's getting buried because he lost 2 matches in a row. And they say no new stars being built, but then when a new star wins, they hate it because they're beating a guy they like. No matter what a wrestling company does, they always have so much hate, and that's the thing I just want to stop, but it never will. I know for a fact it won't. If you tell me the fact is, if WWE does it stops getting hate in 2020, I'll freaking be like, oh man, what the frick happened? And it's good to criticize. That's what I do. I criticize what I see and what I don't like. You're allowed to do whatever you want. It's a free country. It's a free place to watch it. You can critique it. You can hate it. You can love it. You can do whatever you want. But the fact is, if you don't watch it and then you trash it, don't do that. That's just ignorant. That's sad. If you sit there and you don't watch it and you trash it just because 500 people are saying it sucks, and then you get everyone else saying it's good or it's all right, and you're in the majority, and you're just seeing like everyone hate and hate and hate on it. It gets told you sometimes. Like people say, "Oh, it doesn't bother me." Sometimes it does. You just wanted to scream at the top of your lungs, like just shut up. Like just be quiet and like either stop watching, watch something else, or don't review it. I like reviewing this stuff. Chamber was a good pay per view, and I've seen comments saying 1 out of 10 or trash, worst pay per view of 2020. I'm like, how? Like, why? Because of the main event? Like, come on. People let 1 or 2 matches ruin it for the whole show, and I hate that. Like, don't let 1 or 2 matches ruin it. Like, it's just something for me personally. Like, I just want the hate to stop, but it never will. And it's to the point where I'm about to just unfollow a lot of things on Instagram and just be completely done with a lot of wrestling news, wrestling, like people like rating it because people rate it. People's rating system. I mean, people can say it about me too. People's rating systems are stupid. Mine's stupid because I guarantee you someone's gonna be like 1 out of 10 was garbage. Worst pay per view 2020. How can you like this? Because I liked it. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because everyone's just following the other thing and WWE's getting swept under the rug because it's not doing what they do. And it shouldn't be like that, but I really can't talk about the other one because if I do negatively, I get like it's not on YouTube, but if I say anything bad about it in a comment or anything, you will get crucified. You will get crucified, and that's the thing. It's same thing with WWE. Like I just wish the fans would make up their mind and want what they want and like enjoy what they enjoy and stop like telling people your opinion is garbage, go away because that turns people away from the show. Literally, when I first was getting into it, I thought kayfabe was real because I was young. I was 10 when I was watching, and I would talk to people about it, and people would be like, "You watch that crap? Come on!" I'm like, what? It's fun to me. I still get crap. I still get crap for watching it because it's not real. You go out there and do that and tell me if it ain't real. It's just something that it bugs me, but it is what it is. Um, Hopefully, people will be cool, be more nice about it. You know, I am for, and I'm saying this with a grin on my face. I am for the wrestling fans that will sit down and we can have a mature conversation from A to B to C to D. Talk about what you don't like, what you do like, what you wish you could change, and not get heated. That's the wrestling fans I like. And granted, we get heated. Everyone gets heated. Someone could say Aleister Black. I'm like, hold up. We need stop or whatever. But like, you know how it is. You know, be kind to each other. Like if you don't like something, explain why you don't like it. Don't just say 1 out of 10. Why? Because it was trash. Tell me what was trash about it. And most of the time, when I do get that person, I'm like, what was so bad about it? Because AEW can do it better. When did they get involved? When did this was a WWE pay-per-view? When did AEW get involved? Or same thing. I've been on an AEW thing and I've seen people say 1 out of 10. I'm like, why? WWE can do it better. What? When did they? I'm not talking about the other promotion. And it's just like, no, stop. Like, just stop. It's like, no. Do you watch what you like? If you don't like WWE, then don't watch it. Don't comment on the thing saying it's trash or anything either. Just stay away from it. If you don't like it, just be like, okay, I don't like it, go away. That's what I do with video games. That's what I do with people. That's what I do with things. It's not hard. I just wish people were more, mature about it and be like, you know what? I didn't like this Raw. I give it a 6 or a 5, and they explain why, not just because it was slow, it was boring, this person wasn't on it. Like, give a good explanation why. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you don't like what WWE does and you can give me a good explanation why, I am fine with that. But don't sit there and go on their Instagram saying trash, 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 L, or stupid crap like that. Just be mature. Watch what you want to watch. Do what you want to do. You know, there's a time and a lot. There's your time. There's time and a lot. There's your time, and you don't got much of it. But when you do got a lot of it, it's helpful. But I just want people to realize that yes, wrestling is fun. People can make it people can ruin it for you, to be honest. I freaking actually got turned away during the 2015-2016 time because everyone was just trashing it, so I just stopped watching it because I was under the impression it was bad. But then I came back to it and I was like, this isn't that bad. But just keep doing you. Be more positive with each other. Send positive vibes to each other instead of negative stuff. Like, be proud of each other, or just say, you know what? I may not like this Raw, but let's see what next week holds, or let's see what NXT holds, or let's see what SmackDown holds. Be that positive person, or let's see what AEW holds, or let's say you don't even watch WWE, you just watch AEW. This week's AEW wasn't that good. Let's see what next week happens, and the next week's better. You're like, yes, that's what I'm talking about, and that's the wrestling fans that I love. I can't stand the ones that are just like trash, 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 trash. Like, come on, dude. Why are you watching? To just critique it? Like, don't do that. Just enjoy it while it's here, because you don't know. AEW can go out of business. New Japan can go out of business. Freaking TNA can go out of business like 500 times. WWE can go out of business. One day there could be no wrestling, period. I highly doubt that'll ever happen, but you never know. Just, do you. Have fun with it. Watch it and have fun. And if you are one of them people that just sit out there just to destroy, the good in it, or sit there to just hate on it, stop. Just stop it. That's all I'm saying. If you hate it, keep it to yourself. Keep the comments to yourself. Just if you dislike it, you can say why, give a good explanation. But if you flat out hate it because you're on this hate wagon train, just stop. I was on it. It's not fun. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream here. Hope you all have a good day. That was my thoughts on Chamber and a little rant. Thank you all for joining. Had fun. Chamber was good. Really enjoyed it. Just have fun. Be positive. Just keep that mindset up, guys. I'm out.